Okay, so what do I mean by that, this differentiated environment? I guess what I'm saying is when I first came to the EOS, I was just a little bit scared, a little bit timid. I've spoken about that a lot on a variety of other posts. But now that it's started, I'm starting to feel some confidence. I'm starting to kind of rub elbows with people I really respect and people who are doing some amazing work. And I'm realizing that I'm kind of in the middle of the curve there, especially as the new DS-106 students start posting the troubles they're having with setting up blogs and things like that. So I'm realizing that I'm not at the bottom, so to speak, or I'm not a newbie. I'm not just developing these skills. I'm actually doing pretty well. And then having said that, I'm also looking up at the people who are having these intense kind of conversations like Alan Levine and Darcy Norman and Brian Lamb and all these guys. And so I'm really kind of putting myself looking closely at where I fit into this puzzle and what I can contribute. And I don't know if we often, when we think about differentiated instruction, really look at that with the students we serve. I think a lot of times we give them an assessment and then try to help the ones that are struggling and then ultimately somehow hold back the ones that are really at the top. And what this course has taught me is that by not having a structured assessment system, by not saying do things this way, it's giving people a chance to really kind of spread their wings and shine and move back and forth across the continuum. One example is I wrote this poem where I just took the words of Gardner Campbell. There's a link to it above. It was really simple for me. It was easy. I didn't want to get lost in the kind of minutia of intellectual discussion, and I knew that some of the other people who I mentioned would do that, and I figured if I wanted to participate in that conversation, I could in the comments of their blogs. I didn't want my contribution to assignment number 2 to be kind of a dense text. I wanted to be something simple and artistic and poetic. And then the beauty of it was that I did it, I felt comfortable with it, I put it out there, and then immediately, not even 24 hours later, the people who were kind of in the upper echelon, or people I did respect, took it and turned it into this amazing song, thus giving me the confidence to kind of know that the path I'm on is the right one. And so it's got me questioning how often we allow students to do that. How often do we allow them the freedom to not worry about assessment or judgment or grades or one way of doing things in order for them to find their comfort zone. So often we say, okay, you're going to do this presentation or you're going to write this essay or the new thing is you're going to make an iMovie about so-and-so. But we don't trust our students enough to give them the opportunity to come up with a way to share. Like Jim Groom, I don't know, Jim, what's your title? The facilitator of the course, the professor, the leader, whatever. Facilitator of the course, I think, is the best description. Just for assignment number 2 said basically, watch this video, read this article, and think about it. He didn't even really, I don't think, said respond in any way. And all of us have taken a variety of different ways to respond to his video. So I think I've kind of rambled for a bit there. Let's go back to text and wrap up this post. Thanks for joining me.